In this video, I'm going to show you guys my step-by-step take profit plan on how to turn a $15,000 investment into Manta network into $265,000. All right. So in this video, we're going to cover briefly what Manta is. And I say briefly because we made a fundamental deep dive video on the Know It Owls channel. Link in the description. Go subscribe there. We went through the docs, the white paper. We went through the tokenomics. We went through the analytics. We went through literally everything. So go watch that video for the high level. Here, just giving you the take profit plan. And if you guys stick around to the end, I'm going to show you my exact yield farming strategies for how you can accumulate more Manta passively so you'll have more to sell once we get deeper into the bull market. And also, if you watch the video, you guys know that while I am bullish on Manta and I like what they're doing, I don't own any right now. But I do believe it'll pump. And it is possible that I may cycle some of my profits into Manta, depending on how things go. However, I know other people watching this may be buying Manta, so I just wanted to make this video for you guys and show you guys how I would take profits if I were buying Manta right now. So before we get started, I do have to say none of this is financial advice. These are my own perspectives, research, and opinions, and they should be treated as such. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the content, starting off with what is Manta Network. So Manta Network is a layer 2 for ZK EVM applications. So they're a layer 2 for zero knowledge proofs to be built on so that you don't have to deploy them on each specific chain. You can deploy them under the Manta ecosystem and they work on all EVM compatible chains. And they have their Atlantic and their Pacific network. One of them is a Polkadot parachain and it's interoperable with all the chains on the hub. And the other one is just a ZK layer 2. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm really bullish on two narratives, layer 2s and ZKPs. Bullish on layer 2s, but because I feel like, you know, when the bull market gets crazy, people look for chains where gas fees aren't as high like they are on Ethereum. And I think that most of the applications, we're already seeing proof of this, are going to be built on layer 2s, such as Arbitrum, such as Optimism, such as Manta eventually as well. And then I'm also bullish on zero knowledge proofs because privacy is a big thing. For any company, their biggest liability is their customer data and their personal data as well. So zero knowledge proofs has a lot of different use cases, and we talked about that in the video. And basically what they are is they allow you to prove something without showing how you were able to prove it. So I use the example that's famous, where's Waldo? Let's say I'm trying to find Waldo, and it's a picture with a bunch of different people. So a ZKP will show you a very small picture of Waldo showing that they found him without showing you how they found him, right? If you watch the video as well, the biggest reason why I'm not buying Manta right now is because I think there are other layer 2s that I'm a little more bullish on. And I think that Manta is just a little bit overvalued given that the market cap is much higher than the TVL. So now that we've covered all that, let me show you guys my step-by-step take profit strategy and show you how I would turn $15,000 into $265,000. All right, guys, so here's my handwritten take profit plan. All right, so when you're coming up with a take profit strategy, as I always say, you want to come up with a conservative estimate as to where you think the market cap will go, as well as an aggressive estimate, and have your strategy set up to where even if the conservative isn't hit, or if it exceeds the aggressive, you're still able to make some good money. And that's what we have here. So if you look here, we're starting off with $15,000. I think conservatively, we'll see Manta reach a $10 billion market cap. And I think on the aggressive side, we can see it reach $15 billion or above. Got the current price is $1.81. And at the time of shooting this video, the current market cap is $451 million. So let's say you start off with 15K. My first take profit is going to be once it does a 10X. That's going to bring the price from $1.81 to $18.10. It's going to bring the market cap from 451 million to 4.5 billion. It's going to turn my 15K into 150K. At that point, I'm taking off 50K, right? So now I'm playing with house money. So I still have $100,000 left in the position. My second take profit is going to be once it does another 2X. It's going to bring the price from 1810 to 3620. And it's going to bring the market cap from 4.5 billion to a little bit over 9 billion, right? So we're right under my conservative estimate. And I want to take profits before my conservative estimate. So I'm playing with house money and still got a nice amount of profits, like I just said. So now my 100K is worth 200K, and I'm going to take off $150,000 in profits. So now I'm working with 200K in profit so far. I still have 50K left in the position. My next take profit is going to be once it does a 50% increase or a 0.5x. It's going to bring the market cap right under my aggressive from 9 billion to 13.5 billion. and my 50K is going to be worth 75K. At that point, I'm taking off 50K and I'm right back where I started at 15K. And if you do all the math, you just turn $15,000 into $265,000. So now you're probably wondering, what do I do with the remaining 15K? Guys, the more the price goes up, the higher it's getting to the top. I'm not gonna fool myself again into thinking I should time the top. You shouldn't either. So the more it goes up, the more I'm taking off profits because we're just getting closer to the top. So I will be taking off 50% of my position every time there's a 25% increase. All right, for those of you who stuck around, let's go over my step-by-step yield farming strategy for how I would go about accumulating Manta passively if I were to yield farm for it. So this one's gonna be a little different. So before I get into it, I have to explain what yield farming is. Basically, yield farming is a synonymous term for market making. And market makers provide liquidity for us to have inventory to trade back and forth with on any financial market. Stocks, bonds, commodities, precious metals, you name it. Any market needs a market maker. And essentially, when you go and buy your stock, the brokerage or the stock exchange, whatever you want to call it, is the middleman between me, the investor, and the market maker, right? The market maker decides what price point they want their liquidity used for. So when you buy your Tesla stock, it's companies like Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs saying, here's 50 million in Tesla, here's 50 million in stock. Only use my liquidity when the price is between X and Y. And they profit off what's called the bid to ask spread, AKA the trading fees. So I want to go in here and see what DEX Manta is being traded on. So you can see that only 0.65% of the trading is happening on QuickSwap. Now, I don't even have to look at this to know this isn't a good pool to farm. The volume to TVL ratio is going to be really, really low. You can see the 24-hour volume is only 327,000. So this isn't a good pair to yield farm. And plus, I prefer to be on Uniswap. So as you can see, just because it's a good project doesn't mean it's a good project to yield farm directly. In this case, I would take the rewards that I'm accumulating from one of my other farms, like Maple ETH or ETH USDC, and I would use the rewards to buy Manta and accumulate it that way instead of providing liquidity for Manta, right? I always say only provide liquidity for 2 assets you wouldn't mind holding. That's what I'm doing in all my pairs. But you don't have to be in all these multiple different yield firms for all of the projects you want to accumulate. Just consolidate your yield farming portfolio into the top 3 pools and use the rewards to buy more of the assets that you're bullish on. So guys, if you like this kind of content and you want to learn how to deploy the same market making strategies that market makers have been deploying since the 19th century and generate high amounts of passive income on your crypto assets so you can have more to sell once the bull market comes with an elite course, elite coaches, and elite members, click the link in the description, book a free strategy session. You'll probably talk to me, maybe one of our coaches. We'll go over the program, answer any questions you may have on the market and yield farming, and see if our program is a good fit for you. So with that, I'd like to conclude this video. If you got value, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. But with that, I thank you guys so much for watching. I love every single one of you who tuned in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and trade safe.